Okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Realtor Linda Peltz. Today I'm here with Joe Musser, and he's going to tell us all about Franklin Loan Center. Go ahead, Joe.
Hi, thank you, Linda. Yes, my name is JMusser. I am with Franklin Loan Center. We're a direct lender. We only do mortgage loans. We do a little bit of everything from first-time home buyer, down payment assistance, a lot of education for the people who need help. We also do jumbo loans and investor loans. We do pretty much everything in between. A lot of things we're doing right now for people who are doing first-time home buyers. They're taking advantage of all the programs that are out there. A lot of programs such as down payment assistance. I just helped a client get a grant because they are what's considered a frontline worker, which most people think it's just doctors and firefighters. It's a lot more broad. If you work at a hospital in an admin role, you qualify. If you work as a
Oh,
coach,
wow.
cool, you qualify. And it's just because people think, oh, frontline workers, I'm not a doctor. It's very broad. So they were able to get 1% down payment help on this loan. They got about $7,000 for a grant. That's free money to them. They got $10,000 seller credit from the seller. They basically applied all that money to the closing costs. They only paid about $1,000 for the difference plus the appraisal. So they only paid $1,600. They got to a house. They otherwise
Wow,
didn't
that's wonderful.
and because
Now, is there income limits on something like that for a first-time home buyer?
great question. If you go conventional, there are income limits based on the county. I can provide that to whoever needs it. If you go government loans such as FHA or VA, there are no income limits. And the loan limit is 726 for both FHA and conventional, which is about 80,000 higher if you just go with a traditional FHA program. So it's a
I
very
think that's a good point you made. I don't even think a lot of the first-time home buyers, when they start these things, realize there's different types of loans out there that you lenders will go through trying to see what fits best for their scenario. Because you can have two identical homes, but you know what? Each transaction is going to be very different between what goes on in the new buyer's background and what type of loan. So that's a very good point to make.
Absolutely. That's where a lot of hand holding and education comes into play, but we're happy to do it. Now more than ever, a little people are a little more hesitant to buy the home. They think rates are too high. I always put that in quotes. It's all relative. My in-laws, I use this as my success story for everyone who listen, is they bought a house in the 80s, granted, with Panera. They paid 18% of the balloon payment. They've lived there for 30, 40 years. They've refinanced 6 or 7 times. Now they have a 3%. They never would have got there. They never bought a home in this. It's a means to an
They
end.
refied it, didn't they? That's what I keep telling people. You know what? You're never going to hit it right on, because when we were at those low interest rates, I still couldn't I couldn't get all my buyers. I did get a lot of them in, but I couldn't get all of them into a home right through there.
Yeah,
There just wasn't enough homes on the market. So buy it now. You can always refi it when it goes down to the interest rate that interests you.
and that's what I tell people. It's always easier. It's cheaper to buy and wait than it is to wait to buy. To your point, I had a lot
Hmm.
of buy during COVID. They walk in the door and they say, "Oh, we have 50, 60 offers above asking." Okay, I can't compete here. There's nothing I can do to stand out. Now in a market like now is a lot of people who are seeing that, hey, I can take advantage. I can get some seller credits. I can get some contingencies because when it's more busy and more competition, contingencies are the first thing to go and people lose their deposits. They get upset about it, which I don't blame them. So
Hmm.
that's the one thing that I really stress for first time home buyers, especially now. Is there a good or bad time to buy based on time seasons? Not really. It's, can you afford the home? Perfect. If you can afford the home, move forward. And I've worked in more of a call center position, and it's more salesy, and I didn't really like that. I like more of the education, more helping with people. And someone brought this to my attention. They say, when you're at the end of the day, when your head hits the pillow, do you care about your interest rate on your home loan, or do you care about your month? Everybody said, "Oh, I care about my monthly payment," because it hits you in the face every month. I totally get it. So I try to put things in perspective for people that you're gonna date the rate, you're gonna marry the house. I think that's what the agents say. You're gonna date the rate and marry the payment. That's what us lenders say.
Very, very good point. Yes, definitely. Wonderful information. Do you have anything else you'd like to share with us? Do you have your contact information?
Absolutely, and I will provide this to you as well. My phone number, my direct line, you can text me, call me anytime you need. I'm in Southern California, but I do across the country and across the state as well, so don't feel obligated if you're not in your area, I can help you. My number is 714-306-2691. I'll provide that to you as well. My email is jmusser@lc.com. I do provide free buyer analysis, free consultation. I do a soft credit pull. I don't even pull your credit, a hard pull initially. I get by with a soft pull to get the file set up. If for any reason our credit is not where it wants to be or needs to be, I can give you some tips on how to get your score up to where they need to be depending on the product you want to do. I do that all free of charge. I don't get paid until you find the house, so I'm not trying to dig one time yet. We're very cost affordable and we're all that good things. So yeah, I'm not here to take advantage of anybody. I'm here to help as possible.
Isn't that what we do? And that's our position. We really want the best for you. We're going to do our best to make it happen for you. And we know all the ins and outs. I know all the ins and outs as a realtor. You know all the ins and outs as a lender. So we're going to do our best to make your life work and get you into that home.
That's an important distinction that you made too. Like you're the expert for realty and I'm the expert for the lender, and neither the two shall cross, right? Like I tell my clients, like, if you have a realty or a real estate question, I am not the person to ask. I know enough to get in trouble, right? Linda is the one that will help you with those questions, right? I like to stay in that lane because if I give them advice and you give them the exact opposite, I would hope they go with you, because you're the real estate expert. That's the point.
Well, we become such a team once we get into these transactions, right? We have to work together. We have to make it whatever the obstacle is that's in front of us. A lot of times, you as the lender being in the office, you will call us realtors that's on the transaction and say, hey, I got to have this to make it work, So, a lot of times I spend a lot of time out, taking pictures of, the address is showing funny for whatever reason. I have to take the picture of the cross sign, to show them that, no, it really does sit there. And,
Yeah.
or I know I've had to go out and take pictures of chimneys for whatever reason. The lender needed something. And I'm like, okay, here I am. So
Okay.
I've had to get roofs removed, or I don't know. I had a garage sitting over a property line. I had to have it removed. So a lot of times you lenders, we become such a team and intertwined on these transactions that I'm the one out in the field, even though, yes, your department needs it, your agency needs whatever this is. I'm the one that's having to handle it out in the field in order to get this accomplished for you. So
Absolutely.
we do become quite the team, definitely.
It's good to have good teams, and I tell my clients that too. It's like, we're on team, and then insert your last name here, whatever we're here for you. And all you on the houses and see all their excitement and stuff. And most of the time I'm just in my office kind of talking the numbers and stuff and trying to get them excited. But you have the fun job. So I want to make sure that I get my job done as quickly as possible. We know what we're looking at, we know forward, and then here's the paperwork, and then we'll take care of you. She does the good part, and then I kind of sit in the back, and once you find the house, and then I kind of re-enter the fray. So I try to set that expectation too, that listen, the sooner we get this done, the sooner we know what we can afford, the sooner you go on look wrong, so I try to set that up for people. And that's the most important thing, is setting these expectations.
And you are definitely step one. I mean, yes, you can get a hold of me, but guess what? I'm going to say we need a local lender pre-approval. That's your step one every time. So you lenders are step one.
Yeah, and
then it comes to us realtors, and we can do our part in the transaction. Definitely.
I think there's been this misnomer out there that people look for homes without getting the pre-approval first, and that's a waste of their time and your time. And I'm very conscious of the agent's time, just because I don't want to waste your time at all. I tried being an agent, and it is tough work. I followed, but I didn't go through the training, but I shadowed my friend for a while, and being on call to show homes and driving so far and open houses, bless your heart, I couldn't do it. I kind of fell
7 days
into
a week, 24 hours a day. I have learned to field calls very well because yes, it's super time consuming and
yeah,
there is not enough of me, people. And as much as I'd love to say, yeah, I make a lot of money. I've been working on one. I have one in escrow that's been in escrow since June. I've been working on. I just had to have a roofer go up because there's issues with the loan, right? And so the lender called me and said, Linda, I need this fixed. So here I go. I'm back up to Squaw Valley to get this fixed. So now I've been working on that one since June trying to get it closed. Do you think I made a ton of money? No.
it's the misnomer as well. People think, oh, agents make all this money, but they're putting in a lot of time. Like
Mhm.
you add it all up, it's not that much money once you think about it. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I think a lot of people, if you have an agent or if you work for one or if you are one, thank them for me because agents are out there, boots on the ground doing, to be honest, the harder work. You're doing the, in-person appointments, driving people around, all that stuff. It's a lot of it. Absolutely.
Mhm. Most definitely. Well, it was nice talking with you, Joe. I will get this over to you. Also, if you want to do this again sometime, just let me know. Be happy to share some maybe specific loan options for some of these clients out there, and we'll go from there. Everybody, this is Realtor Linda Peltz. You can get a hold of me or Joe for information. Feel free. I'll also include the information down below in the article. So don't hesitate. Let's get that home found for you. I'm here for all of you. My license number is 01997670, and I will catch you on the next one. Everybody have a great day.